Greetings folks, Performance Reviews, where I give the review from the technician's point of view. Today I have a Hoover Hushtone commercial, 12-inch with the IntelliBelt. And if you hear a noise in the background, I'm sorry, the dog is chewing her bone. So let's go ahead and unbox this, and I think this review warrants having an unboxing in it, or a lot of you people buy this are going to use it in the commercial setting, and you will be putting this together right out of the box, and you'll probably have questions about that. So let's go ahead and put this together, and we'll go ahead and test it. If you're new to the channel, on Performance Reviews, I do reviews from the technician's point of view. So you'll also see a point in this video where we talk about the technical issues with this machine and maintenance and that sort of stuff as well. We're also going to do a suction and a pickup test. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of good information jam-packed in this video. All right. So right away, you're greeted with this oversized, almost poster-like instructions of what to do with this machine. I really like this. This is great for people who aren't familiar with this machine. And this review is going to serve whether you have the 12-inch or the 14-inch. They're basically the same, just a different width. They also do give you a nice paper manual, Spanish and English. All we need here in North America. We have a extension cord. Hoover used a lot of eco-friendly packing these days, and as you can see in here, it's not very well packed because of that. So if you get one of these, it arrives damaged. I can definitely see that being a thing. And here's what you get in the box. A handle, a dusting brush, a crevice tool, an extension cord, a quick start guide, an actual manual. And I want to note that there's no actual upholstery tool anywhere on this machine for some reason. So that is an interesting lack thereof. Let's go ahead and put this together. Now there's a couple things going on. On the handle, you're just going to click this, and that's what's supposed to hold this cable in place. However, it is kind of loose, so if it were me, I would probably tie a knot. This is just going to push in here, and then you saw that tab lift up. Just going to push on that tab, and that is going to seal that handle down. And it does take quite a bit of force. Also on the machine, there is a cord release right here that you can twist, and that will just wrap up right here, like so. And you do have quite a bit of a long cord. The machine, I should mention, there's storage for the dusting brush and a crevice tool. Right there we have the CRI approval data plate. Right here you have a release, and that releases this lower hose, which then can get twisted off if you need to unjam something. So that's kind of nice. You have instant access to that. And the same goes for the regular hose. That just all comes apart. The wand comes out of here. All that comes apart, separates, clicks together very nicely. The other controls on here, we have a high and a low. And the low is for use like if you were in a restaurant and your customers are present. Generally you want to use this on high all the time. You have a HEPA filter right here, the nice thick gasket, and there is a charcoal filter. So if you're worried about VOCs and or you have pets, that's kind of nice if you were to use this in the home environment. I'm not sure in the commercial environment you're really going to want that. The does have a pre-motor filter, and what's nice is the bag just comes off. You press this, the bag comes in and out. And we should take a minute to talk about bags. So the bags are sold in a 10-pack or a 100-pack. There's two different ones. You notice one is yellow, one is white. The white is a single-walled bag. I have no idea why in 2024 that's even an option. That's trash. Don't use it. You want the yellow bags. These are going to filter better. I really wish there was a HEPA bag available for this unit. Unfortunately, there is not, which means when this bag gets to be about here or so, it is time to change it. So just be aware of that. Everything tucks in, changes nice, you have a nice firm click. The bag indicator will turn red when there's an obstruction or if the bag is somewhat full. Something to note, if you are at a high altitude, this is barely going to turn red. It's not going to turn all the way red, and it's not tunable for the altitude. So our high altitude users, just be aware that full bag indicator probably isn't going to work properly, and most of them don't at this altitude. When you need to get under something, the machine, just with one tap of the pedal, will lie almost flat, but not completely, so you will be limited to what you can and can't get under. Now this machine is advertised to have a long life belt, meaning the belt, you really don't need to change it. It should last the life of the vacuum, or at least the life of the brush roller. Let's go ahead and see what happens if we run something that we shouldn't. All right, right away, red light flashed, it stopped. No harm done. That works as it should. As far as the accessories go, they're not terrible. Not great either. The wand is relatively short, and even with the crevice tool attached, well, I'm still having to bend over quite a bit to use it. So even though it has tools, yeah, they do have like a clip that helps keep this from tipping, and then you can do that if you need the full range with the hose. And the hose is just under 2 meters long. These stretch hoses also tend to get beat up, so just be aware that they can kink and restrict airflow. Replacements are available from Hoover. Adjusting between different carpets is relatively easy. You have an adjustment there. It doesn't have a wide range of adjustment, despite having 4 settings: high, commercial, high traffic, and hard floor. It really doesn't adjust high, so if you are using this in the home, there's a chance that this isn't going to work for your carpet. Now, unfortunately, Hoover has misled consumers a little bit. There is a bare floor setting. Well, the problem with that bare floor setting is it just drops the cleaner head down, which means the brushes are still turning on hard floor, which means if you do a lot of that, this machine is going to destroy itself. And we'll talk about that more in the shop section, but just don't use this on hard floor, or minimize your use on hard floor if you can. Let's see how much working vacuum this Hoover gets. I'm curious. This is with a brand new bag, and I just took this machine out of the box, so best case scenario. 41 inches of working vacuum and 60 inches sealed. While those aren't very high sealed numbers, that is an excellent working vacuum number, and that number is twice something like what a Kirby or a bagless Dyson would get, which would be in the 20s. So pretty decent numbers for such an inexpensive machine. Okay, we've switched to the studio microphone, so you're going to hear the real sound and tone of the machine as it runs. And we're going to do our standard pickup test of fine sand, breakfast cereal, cat litter, and fake dog hair. Let's see how it does. Now, I use it on its highest suction setting, and I have it adjusted properly to the carpet. And something that's interesting about this machine is it's very 90s-like, because it has an asymmetrical cleaning path. So the suction's on one side of this cleaner head. And you can see that particularly because it left a little bit of sand behind right here. But you can see that it left less sand on this side than this side. And if we go here, let's take a look. Got the breakfast cereal, that was fine. Okay, so no cat litter. You see no pet hair here, but here, where it's clean everywhere else, you can see where there's plenty of real dog hair and fake dog hair mixed together. So that is interesting. So as far as its carpet cleaning capability, it's decent, but it's definitely not the best. And this very much feels like a 90s machine. If you had a 90s Eureka or a 90s Hoover wind tunnel, man, this is basically the same thing, just in slightly different packaging, made in a different place. Hey, welcome to the in the shop portion. Let's talk about Hoover Hushtone. What's here? We're going to use my dead example. So first of all, being able to get to the brush roller without any tools, super nice. The roller is a inexpensive CWP ball bearing design, no problems with that. And then this is the lifetime belt, which, again, not having a stretch belt is nice. There's no cogs, which keeps this relatively quiet. And these belts are made in the EU, so no problems there. Let's talk about getting into the rest of the machine. So there aren't a whole lot of parts available for this. Of course, it uses a standard extension cord for its power lead, which is nice. Oh, wow. Wow. This machine has a Domal motor in it. Fucking Domal motor. That's amazing. That is an amazing motor to see in a machine like that. You have some sound insulation, which I like. More sound insulation. And there is a gasket. There's a rope gasket, which means this is actually a sealed unit. So all this I like. This is all easy to get to. Yeah, no complaints from the tech side, other than there seems to be a lot of screws initially to get in here. But really, this is all good. So, happy to see this. Well, my overall thoughts of this machine. It is basically a 90s machine wrapped up into a more consumable package for the modern market. However, it does lack swivel neck. It will lack the ability to do bare floor by shutting the brush roller off. And it seems to lack HEPA bags. So who is this machine for? I'm not exactly sure. These things aren't exactly inexpensive, and I suspect for a little bit more you can get one of the German or Italian offerings. So I think this is more of like an ultra budget customer or somebody who needs this set of specific features. It's not a bad vacuum by any means, but it definitely feels like it's less quality than other things in the commercial market. I think it's probably a step up over anything Sanitaire is offering right now. Well, go figure, they're owned by Bissell. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. As you can see, I have two of these. And the reason I have two is because I am a warranty contractor for Hoover, which means this one, a month old out of the box, came to me. And this other one that you saw in the video was a replacement from Hoover. So big thank you to Hoover for sending a replacement to the customer, therefore sending me a vacuum to review. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you really like what we're doing, check out our Patreon, check out our Discord. All this stuff is in the description box below. I know Google keeps hiding it, but hey, check out the description box. There's a ton of good stuff in there. If you want to purchase one of these and support the channel or check the price, there'll be a link to Amazon as well. Check that out as well. Have a wonderful day.